that came that came out of Europe. They're Jews. A man that was a Jew married a Beothic woman when it came to the Kaplan. And I know about that direct lineage. And that is not the Mi'kmaq at all. If there were people that had later on branched in, then it's a possibility. But it is not originally the true line of that is not Mi'kmaq. Not Mi'kmaq at all. And when there were wars going on, Europeans had a prison camp, and they forced all kinds of people into it. And the Mi'kmaq have been calling a Mi'kmaq reservation. It wasn't a Mi'kmaq reservation. It was a damn prison. Excuse my language. It was a prison. And all kinds of tribes ended up in that prison. And back in the 1600s, the Catholics came over from Europe. They were pushing Jews. They were killing them. They'd take a pregnant woman, open up her belly, and stick a cat in it, and sew her belly up. These are the things that were going on in Europe in the Middle Ages to kill Jewish people. People were running to Canada. A lot of Jews were coming from Europe looking for a way out. Just because you came through France didn't mean through a France shipping port, slave port, doesn't mean that you were a Frenchman. A lot of stuff has been misunderstood. I'm a teacher of all subjects, and I was a professor in the college. I still hold my license. And what I say and what I write, I authenticate. Everything I'm saying right now that you hear, I authenticate. And I'm telling the truth. So, that line, a lot of people are trying to run it, and I already know about it. And I've already documented it. And I authenticate it as I have documented the truth and the real history. The pure line of the Kaplan was not Mi'kmaq. It was a Jewish man from out of France, and his family line come from out of Iberia. And the Kaplan name in Hebrew is not Copeland. It's a Hebrew name broken down, which is Cohen, of the Cohenite priesthood, because I know Hebrew. Kaplan is not Mi'kmaq. Gillespie Kaplan was not a Mi'kmaq. He didn't have Mi'kmaq parents or any other thing. He was from over in Europe, and he was a Jew. And he married a Beothic woman.
Thank you to Healthcare Heroes at the Laurels for your
Case
commitment to
closed.
quality care during the COVID-19 crisis. Our industry faces an unprecedented challenge.
As for my family of Damazuit, we're the Longnon family. And the Chief Missile Joe, everybody told him, even all the Mi'kmaqs told him. They said, why are you doing this? Leave it alone. Let the Beothic chief bury your own family's remains. And Missile Joe goes, no, it's documented. They didn't know we have ways of documenting and finding out things. Not all the Mi'kmaq people agree with what he did. And they're embarrassed of it. And they apologized to me behind the scenes. Nobody knows about that. They said, Missile Joe states, I have to look out for my family. I have to look out for my family's future and my children. So what he did was he violated my family's remains. And to keep the Beothuk First Nation from being federally recognized in Newfoundland and Labrador through burial rights, because the law states that if I bury my family's remains, we're automatically federally recognized. So Missile Joe led this, and in 2016, Chief Missile Joe made a phone call to me, so he does know about me. He does know that the Beothuk First Nation tribe is here. He knew that, and he's lied and lied in the news. He's used mass media to exterminate me in the news by stating there is no Beothuk First Nation tribe and no one to bury the remains. Well, our Secretary Ann wrote Dr. Carr, and Dr. Carr didn't know that Ann was our secretary, and he responded and gave a recommendation. Dr. Carr has a cease and desist order on him that states he cannot discuss anything about us in the news saying our names. He can't do it, or he's liable. He already could have been sued by us. So he said to Ann in the letter, which we put on Facebook, and he emails back, he says, hi Ann, I recommend you use family tree DNA because that is what I use to sequence the Beothuk DNA. So she replied, well, we've already done that. And we have 23andMe results and family tree DNA results. And all our HRV1 mutations match Demazduit. And the reason why our DNA matches Demazduit is because we're the Longnon family. We're the Longnon grandchildren. And Demazduit is from the Longnon family. And the Longnon family is on our ban roll list with the Longnon names. We have them on our ban roll. Always been there. So we have been abused beyond.
Healthier brain, better life. You're telling people to call our phone number. Yes, Robert, I make no bones about it.
I love it, but why?
Because you really know how to take a bite out of insurance company. Smart dog.
Call the heavy hitters, attorneys Tatum and Atkinson.
This is very exciting. Queer Eyes Carson Kressley and Kyle Douglas reunite with a makeover so fabulous.
Day and night
Everyone to tears.
through the media. And the one who led this was Chief Missile Joe.
ABC 11.
Chief Missile Joe led it. He's not the relative to the remains. None of them are.
The only station with 3 newsrooms in downtown Raleigh, downtown Durham, and downtown Fayetteville. ABC 11 Eyewitness News continues.
Welcome back. There are now
We went to the Human Rights Council over in Newfoundland, and because the ambassador is of the Hullabaloo Mi'kmaq tribe, she says, I cannot report any of it. She says it's a conflict of interest. That happened in 2019. In 2019, we went out to Red Indian Lake, and we held our repatriation ceremony on March 23rd, 2019. Because we're the relatives of the remains, we do not have to ask permission. We don't have to ask Governor General Julie.
Coronavirus-linked deaths in the U.S.